Hello everyone, my name is Michael and US Bank has released a new credit card. And I don't want to spoil everything about this card in the first minute, but some of the perks that are offered on this card are unlike any other card with the same annual fee. In fact, it is actually with cards with substantially higher annual fees. I'm talking about cards like the American Express Platinum and Chase Sapphire Reserve that you will get some of these other benefits from with this card. And for that fact alone, I think it makes this card too good to pass up for the first year of ownership. After the first year, it kind of depends on your situation and if you can consistently put spend towards the rates. But the first year is where this card really shines. And with the first year, you get that glorious sign-up bonus. So, what is this new credit card? This card is the US Bank Altitude Connect card. The Altitude Connect card is like the little brother to a more premium credit card that US Bank offers, the Altitude Reserve card. It's like the equivalent to the Chase Sapphire Reserve card, which is also like the little brother to the Chase Sapphire Preferred. This card is not the highest on the US Bank credit card ladder, but it's also not the lowest. And even though it's not the highest in prestige, you can still get a lot of value out of this card. The sign-up bonus is where this card shines the brightest, I think. You will get 50,000 bonus points after meeting a minimum spend requirement of $3,000 within the first 120 days of account opening. Some other cards tend to give you only 90 days for an even higher spend requirement, so it is a bit more manageable if spending that amount would be hard for you. Those 50,000 bonus points have a value of $500 when redeemed at 1 cent per point. So it's like getting 17% cash back if you value the points in that way. You'll also get 4 points for every dollar on travel and gas station transactions, 2 points on dining, takeout, and groceries, and 1 point everywhere else. The card also has a $30 annual streaming service credit, where after 11 months of consecutive streaming service charges, like through Netflix, Spotify, Disney Plus, you will get a $30 credit for the 12th month. You can also receive cell phone protection, which will cover up to $600 with a $25 deductible. You are also eligible to receive a TSA pre-check or global entry credit. You get all of this with an annual fee of $95, but as of making this video, the fee is waived for the first year. And that's true if you apply online or in a physical branch. So, unlike the Chase Sapphire Preferred, where you could only get the annual fee waived in a physical Chase branch, you can save yourself the travel time, apply online, and you will still not be responsible for paying an annual fee. The pre-check or global entry credit is very interesting to me because, as far as I know, there's virtually no card with that $95 annual fee that will give you that. It's not uncommon on cards with higher annual fees, like the American Express Platinum or Chase Sapphire Reserve, but those cards have annual fees that are several $100s more than what this card's annual fee is. Even cards with the same annual fee as this one, like the Chase Sapphire Preferred and American Express Blue Cash Preferred, neither of those cards have the pre-check or global entry credit. So, if you do fly somewhat frequently in normal times, on top of the sign-up bonus, that card would be worth it for the credit alone. Should you keep this card after the first year? If it was me, probably not. The categories that give you 4 points per dollar are nice, especially if you do a lot of traveling. But for me, I think I could get a lot more value out of those transactions by putting it on other cards, which also have point multipliers for the same categories, and then redeeming the points at increased values. You might be able to transfer the points you get with this card to another US Bank credit card, which has higher redemption values. But US Bank is known to be very selective with those who they accept for their credit cards. This is because they are sensitive to the number of hard inquiries on your credit report. And in general, if you've had a lot of people look at your credit report, maybe for a loan, a mortgage, or even other credit cards, you do not have a good chance at being accepted. That is just how US Bank is. So, if you do get accepted for this card, it might mean that you will get locked out of any other US Bank credit cards. So please keep that in mind. Another reason why I would not keep this card after the first year is because I believe the value from possessing this card substantially diminishes after the first year. There's obviously no sign-up bonus after the first year. You may not care about the cell phone protection, which would probably describe me if I had it, and the pre-check or global entry credit is not something you can use every year. If you have pre-check or global entry, it doesn't expire every year. The membership is actually valid for 5 years. So this is a credit you would only be using every 5 years. If you already have a membership that won't be expiring anytime soon, then the credit has no value to you to begin with. So for me, for my circumstances, I would keep this card the first year, but then I would cancel it afterwards. The streaming credit is nice, but I'm not the type of person to pay for subscription services usually, so it would be worthless to me. If you already have pre-check or global entry, what you could do is that you could use the credit for someone else's membership. If I had this card and if I already had pre-check or global entry, that's what I would probably do. That is it for this video, everyone. Let me know down below if you would get this card, and if you would get it, would you keep this card after the first year? I would love to know, and I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say. Thank you so much for watching.